So one of the lines that we share around here as our mantra is that we want to change lives and sell a few homes along the way. So selling the real estate is not the main focus; it's the relationship. And in a business where getting new customers and marketing and things like that makes the person um, disposable, so to speak, we're running it where we are now just establishing relationships, and that we just happen to help them buy and sell homes. So we could be friends today, and a month from now you're buying a home, or you could be buying a home today, and we're friends a month from now, right? And so that is kind of how it all goes. But if it's just like, hey, are you buying or not? Okay, and so now you say you're not buying, then we're not friends, and everything drops off. That's what happens in our industry, and we want to change that. We don't like that side of this business where people are disposable. We want to establish those relationships, and we're trying to get our agents and the clients' relationship stronger. So I'm gonna answer it, but it's not gonna be the answer in which you think, and it's gonna be one of those things that and here's the thing. So I did really well. I mean, we got to a place where we were number 7 in the country for real estate team with the Wall Street Journal, and I was coaching with some guy, and a great guy, and one of the times we were talking about things, and he says, I don't know how it came up, but anyway, long story short, he's asked a question about success, and he said, but here's your answer. And it's funny, he's coaching me on how to answer, but I actually just took it to heart. Like, it wasn't just an answer, it's not a response. But he says when they ask you how are you doing in success, your mindset should be the same as your response, which is, I don't know, I ain't made it yet. I'm not there yet. And so that's the answer to it. But I gotta tell you, that's the secret to it. So you say, what's the secret to success? It's insatiable. That it's never enough. You're not done yet. The biggest deficit to future success is current success. So as long as you don't think you're succeeding, then you know that you can keep going. But as soon as you think you made it, pride comes in. And when that pride comes in, it will cost you money every single time. Every single time, all day, twice on Sunday. So that's in essence the secret to the answer to your question is you can't make it. You're not going to make it. You're not done until you're dead. So you're either going to sell off the business, and even then you're going to move on to something else, and you've got to do. It never ends. It's perpetual. So anybody that tells you the secret to their success, there is no secret to it because they ain't made it yet, because you don't know what you're capable of and where you're going to end at. Okay, so there's a book called E-Myth Revisited. So it's a really good book, and it goes through all the different things of designing a business. And so it's kind of like, before you start a business, you need to go to a whiteboard and design it, who's going to do what, and all the roles and all these things, and then your job is to fill those roles and those positions. But most people start a business for the wrong reasons or whatever, and then they end up just doing a job. They just happen to be self-employed. So that's a good one to read. 1 Minute Sales Manager is a really good book because it helps you manage and get other people operating without taking a ton of time to go over things over and over and kind of develop as a leader. The Go-Giver, small little red book. It's nothing, you can probably pick it up on Audible, but The Go-Giver, it talks about being a connector. And so essentially, you're doing kind of what you're doing. You have a relationship with all these different people, and essentially, you're helping them. And with the more people that you help, the more people that it just resounds back and comes back to you. But there's an art to that. There's a design to that, and it's got to be intentional. And so that book is really good for that. If people go in and you're just a taker and you're only worried about your own business, that book is really good for that. If people go in and you're just a taker and you're only worried about your own business, then you're destined for failure, or you're going to make a lot of people that don't like you over a period of time. The last one would be probably How to Win Friends and Influence People. I don't know if you've ever read that book, but man, it's a bestseller. It's really good, but it's about sales. It's about relationships. It's probably one of the best business books out there, but it equates to your relationship with your kids, your spouse, your friends. I mean, all of those things are equated in those. It gets a lot of good. Oh man, it's like everything else. You start out with one plan and one thing, and you don't know what you don't know. And so, I had a plan, I had this thing I was going to write, and what happened over the period of time is I got it all written. and then I went back and rewrote it again. So then we started moving chapters around and getting reorganized. So if I could do it over again, I'd probably do it a lot faster. But at the same time, it took me probably about 2 years to go through. And it shouldn't take that long to do it, but it's because I had to do it multiple times, and because my focus was different. And my main focus of this book, even all the way back then in 2000, essentially it started in 2013, was to make it where I could do things on a multiplier. So it means I didn't have to meet somebody, tell them my whole life story and my plan, and let them get to know me without having to sit down and have an hour-long conversation with everybody. You can pick up the book and you're going to be like, oh, I get it. You're going to see where I failed, what I messed up on, and kind of my philosophies and plans. And really it helped me set up a national and even global exposure to where we're going to take our franchise company.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've debated it. I literally was even thinking about it earlier this week. And so I probably could do some small ones or something like that. But, you know, my passion's not being an author. It feels too disconnected. That's one of the things I took away from it. So I like having this conversation, finding out about you and things like that. They're reading a book and it has some like notoriety like kind of thing, but I don't look at it that way. I like it was a plan. Hopefully it helped somebody and it gave a value. But writing another book isn't going to help anybody get to know me. It's disconnected. I'm not in book sales. I'm not going to go push the sale of the book and stuff like that because it's a whole other business. So you've got to be careful what businesses you're going to go into and the distraction. And sometimes it's just a pride thing of people want to go write a book so they can be an author and so they can be a speaker and stuff like that. But you got to decide what you want life to look like. And does that fit in? And that going speaking and traveling, being away from the family, being away from the business and stuff like that would cost me a fortune. I'd rather say people that want to be connected to me can easily connect with me and then we can go through things based on that versus trying to write a book and then read it. 93% of the population doesn't read.